Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that I'm unable to be with you in person. However, I am very pleased to have this opportunity to say a few words via this video recording. I wish to sincerely thank the European Agency for Fundamental Rights and the government of Italy for convening this event. Italy has played a leading role during its presidency of the European Union regarding the human rights of migrants and others in vulnerable situations. The efforts it has undertaken to save the lives of thousands of migrants at sea are commendable. Protecting the rights of all migrants is an urgent contemporary human rights challenge. Human rights are neither a reward for good behavior nor a prize attached to a visa. Every human being has the same rights, whether that person is a migrant in an irregular situation or a leader of government. All should be treated with dignity and respect. These rights are inherent to the fact that they are human beings. While migrants may find themselves in an irregular situation with respect to administrative regulations, they certainly cannot be considered illegal. Migration is a natural human endeavor. Humans have migrated throughout history. My own family was compelled to do so, and for 4 years was stateless. Migrants are a source or resource to be embraced, not a liability, especially when countries have demographic deficits, such as many EU member states today. States are more likely to thrive if they welcome migrants and integrate them within their communities, making best use of their energy and skills. Exclusively repressive policies could push migrants into the hands of smugglers and traffickers, thus leading to further human rights abuses, including through trafficking into and around Europe for forced labor and exploitation. Last month, the EU instituted a 2-week-long joint police operation, Mos Maiorum, which seems to have been targeted principally against migrants in an irregular situation. These are serious concerns that by targeting these individuals as criminals, this type of approach can further victimize people who are already in an extremely vulnerable position, rather than providing them with improved protection. It is important to recall the universally recognized principle of non-refoulement, whereby the circumstances and needs of each migrant should be individually assessed in a process to determine risks or threats to life, with all due guarantees subsequently applied. Migrants may only be expelled following a decision of a competent authority through a thorough risk assessment. I recall that collective expulsions are strictly prohibited under international human rights law, including Article 4 of Protocol 4 to the European Convention on Human Rights, to which most EU member states are party. It is an unfortunate statement about our societies that increasingly international borders are perceived as zones that are somehow outside the remit of compliance with human rights and rule of law. Migrants apprehended at European borders may experience discrimination, violence, arbitrary decision-making, excessive use of force, prolonged or arbitrary detention, disproportionate interference with the right to privacy, and dangerous interception and pushback operations that on occasions have led to their death. My office has recently issued recommended principles and guidelines on human rights at international borders to provide precise and relevant guidance regarding the practicalities of border governance that is respectful of human rights. We appreciate the Agency for Fundamental Rights assistance in the preparation of these guidelines. I hope that will be of benefit to authorities in Europe and elsewhere in their efforts to address the situation through a human rights lens. To conclude, while states clearly have legitimate interests in exercising immigration controls, these must be to fully respect protect and fulfill the human rights of all persons at borders and elsewhere. Thank you.